As your loved one ages, staying mobile often becomes increasingly difficult. All seniors want to maintain independence and live at home for as long as possible. But out of concern for their safety, many family members are faced with the difficult decision to place them in an assisted living community. Assisted living communities are very costly, and everyone wants to remain in their home for as long as possible. We know how important it is to seniors to maintain their dignity and independence. That's why we offer the Independence Pole and the Independence Rail to aid in preventing falls and keeping your loved one independent. Installing the Independence Pole or rail in your loved one's home gives them something to hold on to as they go about their day. Staying mobile helps keep their muscles strong and can further prevent falls.
Does it help you?
Oh, I feel great with it. When you first brought it, Steve, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't think it would help me, but it helps me a lot. Helped me a good bit, good bit. I get around real good with it.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember when my grandmother told me that Steve, the physical therapist, was going to put the rail in her room. And she was a little concerned that she didn't want a rail in her bedroom. But we thought it was a great idea, and since then she loves it. She gets to her potty with it, she walks back and forth to answer the phone with it.
That's great.
We feel very safe with it, with her being here in the room with this versus her walker. This is very sturdy for her.
Leonard, from your standpoint, are you glad that you have the pole?
Yeah, it's the best thing she's had for quite a while. It's been like 6 years for her now, and it's one of the best things that came along so far. As far as things go, I like it. I got a little bit more independence from me. She ain't yelling every couple of minutes, hey Leonard, I went up, hey Leonard, I went down. I went in the wheelchair, I went out of the wheelchair, I went up, I went down. It helps me a lot. I really appreciate it. It helps us both.
That's great. That's fantastic.
You know.
To me, that's thrilling, because just to know that it's providing you with independence. Now, do you feel like, before you mentioned that you were a little afraid when you'd get up with the cane. Mm-hmm. Has that disappeared now that you have the pole? Do you feel a lot more confident?
I feel, well, the more I use it, the more confident I get with it.
Right.
In the beginning, I was leery because I knew.
Sure.
But now I feel more comfortable.
Right.
I've used it every day.
That's great. Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Now, your family members have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
What do they think?
They think it's good, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My daughter and my son both.
So they're excited.
And we told them how it all came about, how you told us about it.
Sure.
And what you thought it would help me. So I said, well, we'll go for it and see. So
yeah.
That's why we use it.
It's
and then
out.
you checked in with me, too, to make sure I was happy with it. You called me on the phone to check in.
You got a better memory than me. I don't remember calling.
Yes,
but I'm glad I did.
Yes, you did. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Well, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm on my way to bed now. I'll get over to my pole and get myself in bed. So I shut my machine down, put my foot down on the floor and take my pole and get out of my chair and go to bed.
You can tell she's so confident. It's just, and I'm not saying that. I mean, I can see the confidence.
As we grow older, we only hope that we can stay in our own home. This woman is 94. Her name is Wilma, and she loves her home, but recently she fell 3 times in about a 1-week period. The family was very worried as to how to prevent another fall. She was very lucky she didn't break anything. As you can see, support railing was put up in her home to keep her from falling and keep her walking. The rail helps her with standing and balancing herself as she walks about her home. She is able to get to her bathroom without any help, at any time of the day or night. If you look close, the rail even extends into the tub area to support her with getting into and out of the tub. Going into the dining room to eat her meal is made possible with the support of the rail. And getting to her favorite chair to watch a little TV is easy, holding the rail.
Well, first thing I would like to say is thank God for this, thank God for Steve, because I'd be lost without this. And I told him that many, many times. And then when I want to get up, I move down a little bit so that I can reach this and pull myself up. See, no problem. I can do everything but an Irish jig. But I have to say it again. Thank God for this thing. I would be lost. If anybody would come in here, I think I'd take it, I either kill them or I die. And the best thing about it is, if I have to get up during the night, I don't have to bother anybody. I just get out of bed, get in my chair, and go in the bathroom, and then come out and do reverse. And every once in a while, I feel this because I think, oh my goodness, especially when I was really, really sick, I didn't have any feeling in my legs or anything. And I thought, I'm leaning on this so heavy, it's gonna move or something. It doesn't. And when I couldn't really manage, I go over here and I hang on to this to get up. And then I would sit down or do what I wanted to do. And here I go with an unlocked chair again. That's one of the reasons, if they ever said to me to give up the room, I'll leave if you take this. I'm not going without this.
Now, initially you didn't feel that way, though, did you?
No. It took me, Steve. It took Steve. He thinks it's less, but I'm sure it was almost 3 months, if not 3 months, to talk me into this, because I said, I'm going to be in prison here. This is all across here, and I have this much space to get in and out of the bed. I'm not going to manage it. And finally, he convinced me, and I really am grateful for that. I am.
God bless you. Doesn't get any better than that, Santa. That was excellent.
Okay.
That was excellent. Good job. And you just spoke it from your heart, and that was just so perfect.
And I really mean it.
I know it showed. I know you mean it, because you couldn't say it that way if you didn't. It's obvious that you really mean it. And boy, if that isn't convincing, I don't know what else is.
Hello.
This is Melissa, and this is Robert.
Well, I've had several patients that have used the pole and the rail system, and from my experience, what I've recognized is it not only gives them more mobility,
Right.
but it also gives them back their dignity. They don't have to wait to move. They're able to move from a flat surface to their wheelchair by themselves, which also reduces supervision on the staff when they're going from the edge of bed in their room to the wheelchair.
One thing that I really like about it is that it increases their confidence. So it makes them feel so much more secure in their ability to stand as well as, just take care of themselves. So from an occupational therapy standpoint, they're able to use the pole to help them stand and pull up their pants. So they're able to do a lot more independently, and it just helps them to feel so much safer, and it gives them back that independence.
Absolutely. The pole helps them, it improves their transfer skills, which is important because, like I said, that's one of the things we do build for is the transfer. And we want to see them get independent with their transfers from their bed to their wheelchair, or from the wheelchair to the exercise mat.
We can do static balance, we've done some reaching for cones, them being able to pull up their pants. So I'll have them stand with one hand, they'll hold the pole, and then they'll reach back behind themselves. So working on trying to, that mobility for pulling up their pants. So that different type of stuff, working on self-care is really important. That's really important too with the pole, is because that standing tolerance, they have something to hold on to. So again, it makes them feel so much more secure and safe. And that just gives them that confidence to continue to stand for longer periods of time.
Hi, Raina. My name is Steve. As you know, I work for you. We're here at the Suites at Rio Vista, and Raina is the administrator, and she's been so kind as to allow us to try our poles and our rails here in the facility. How do you feel about having made that decision to allow us to do that?
So far, so good. We've actually had decreased falls on the patients who've been using the pole and or rail.
Wonderful.
I also find that trying them out beforehand has been very good for the staff, so we're saving some CNA backs, promoting more independence, and the biggest thing for us is the falls. Have definitely gone down on those patients.
That's huge to hear, it really is.
How do you like it?
I like it, Cora.
Now, you were having some falls prior with your walker. How does this compare? Have you been falling with the rail?
No. Since that's been here, no, I haven't fell.
Okay. And it keeps you, what does it do for you? Does it keep you mobile, independent, those kind of things?
Yeah.
You tell me about it. Tell me about being mobile and independent and how important that is to you.
It helps me to get around. I feel safe with it, you know. Helps me a good bit to get around. I feel safe with it.